you see right behind me is Capital Traction Company 303. Capital Traction Company 303 was built by the American Car Company in St. Louis, Missouri in 1898 and is a single truck trolley car. This car was one of 16 built for the Capital Traction Company. This car spent many years hauling people along the system in the national capital for many years. This car traveled over the 7th Street route and pulled open and closed trailers. Two events in the early 1900s changed the appearance of this car. An order of the District of Columbia Electric Railway Commission alerted the classic lines of the car by requiring enclosed platforms. Capital Transit Company installed portable vestibules to fulfill the requirements by 1905. In 1906, the Traction Company stopped letting the exterior of its cars for specific routes and renumbered its single truck cars and trailers. In the process, this car traded its yellow and cream paint for a simpler green and cream scheme and continued to serve on the 7th Street route. In 1912, the District of Columbia Public Utilities Commission issued an order requiring a conductor on each car. As a result, Capital Traction Company withdrew all single truck passenger equipment from service in late January 1913. The company sold a large number of these surplus cars in the next few years, but retained this car in storage. In 1933, it was renamed the Capital Transit, and the car also kept the number. During the arrival of the PCC cars in 1937, this car was brought into the spotlight as part of a parade to introduce the new cars to Washington, D.C. Coupled with Trailer 1512, this car operated briefly again on the streets of Washington in August that year. It then sat idle during the war years and was not used again until 1949. By then, Fay Johnson of Capital Transit had seen that a trolley pole was added to the roof of this car. For the time this car's 51-year life, motormen did not have to turn back at the plow pit. The car traveled all overhead lines in the city limits. However, the maintenance of way and car departments had a concern that a derailment on open track could damage the chilled iron wheels of the Lord Baltimore truck, so this car did not venture to distant Branchville and Cabin John on those suburban lines in Maryland. In 1956, it was renamed DC Transit, and the car again kept the number. Then, in 1961, DC Transit continued to offset this car and Trailer 1512 for a fan trip service until it pulled a plow on a trip that year. Under the management of O'Roy Chalk, DC Transit retained ownership of that year after streetcar service ended in 1962. Then O'Roy Chalk dispatched the train to the company's main bus facility in Bladensburg, where the shop crew restored the car's exterior to its 1898 appearance, and he had the train and its motor installed to the boardroom on the main floor of the former car house on 36th and M Street, and it stayed there until being donated to the Smithsonian Museum of American History in Washington, D.C. in 1975. It was placed in storage till being put inside the building with statues placed on it as well.